And to conclude the lecture, one question that I want all of you to think on is, we talked about so many things in credit risk modeling, and our entire modeling is based on, even the buying bad strategy we discussed, is based on people to whom we have given loans, right? So we gave loans to 10 people, and out of the 10 people we are seeing how many paid back. We look at their DPDs and then how prompt they are, and then we understand and make future decisions. But aren't we a bit biased because we are considering only people for whom we have approved the loan? What about people who did not have access to getting a loan at all? We don't know how they behave. In real world, we deal with both people. Not only good people come to us, all sorts of people come to us. So our models till now are a bit biased towards studying only people who were approved to get a loan. They are already good by some means, right? They are not so bad at all because they got the loan approved, which means they are decent enough. So to remove that bias, there is something that we call as reject inferencing. That's pretty widely used in credit. So this means that in this case, when a customer has accepted the loan, we know whether that customer is good or bad because we have the data of the future, whether they in the past they paid back or not. But if the customer is not approved a loan, we don't know whether that customer is good or bad customer. That customer could have been a good customer and you misinterpreted, or that customer could have been a bad and you were right actually decisioning. So to eliminate this bias in the model, we randomly do some stratified sampling from this declined population, and we feed those information also to the model so that the model has a mix of approved and declined applications, right? To do that, we should have some sorts of logic to label the declined population, because for the declined population we don't know whether they are good or bad. There is no data. So to do that, we create some heuristic. Maybe we build a model only to predict probability of default for declined population, or we come up with rules. In declined people, if someone were so active in the past 6 months, had very good transactions or something like that, or we take external or external bureau data and we see in our bank we didn't give loan, but that is this person getting a loan from some other different institution and they paid back. So we look at all these kind of some secondary data, and then we decide whether they could be good or could be bad and manually simulate some tags for the declined population, and we include them also into the training data. So the model as learning of both the population. That's the idea, right? So in this simulation that we see, we build only reject inference models, maybe a modeling based reject inferencing, or in the next slide as we see, it could be a rule based approach as well, where I just write some rules. If the person has a credit score of this or sudden increase in credit score, or took one loan outside my financial institution and paid back, something like that, I come up with the rules. I can label using those rules, and then from that declined population I can also do a credit reject inferencing. So that is it about credit risk analysis. So loss forecasting, approval strategy and initiate collections, all those things we covered.